Woodrow Wilson and his foreign policy is one of the defining philosophies of the 20th and even into the 21st century. His ideas fundamentally transformed the way the United States saw itself in the world, and one way or another, his ideas influenced every major foreign policy decision made by future leaders. Historian Malcolm McGahey wrote that Wilson's policies influenced the future of American and global foreign relations for the rest of that century. Even subsequent policymakers who attempted to distance themselves from Wilson's idealism continued the Wilsonian element of American mission. But Wilson's ideology seems to be at odds with itself. How can Wilson explain the fact that he supports both self-determination as well as intervening in countries around the world? Wilson's philosophy can be best understood by looking through the lens of his religious belief. Wilson's Christian faith took root in his childhood and continued throughout his life. These religious beliefs became the building blocks of his foreign policy, as he saw the world and the United States' role in it like most of Christian doctrine. A striking example of this is how the incompatibility between Wilson's belief in self-determination and his actions as an interventionist can be put into agreement by Wilson's faith. On the surface, holding both beliefs seems to be hypocritical, but Wilson didn't see it this way. Wilson believed that world history was a march towards democracy, and by extension, Wilson believed that they were, quote, principles of liberated mankind. Thus, to Wilson, the majority of people would always support democratic ideals. If one believes this to be true, it is impossible for self-determination to end up in anything other than democracy. Wilson also believed that the United States to be the, quote, apostles of liberty and self-government. Thus, as the savior of democracy, the United States has a responsibility to intervene when self-determination is not allowed, or any time when democracy is not determined. Taking both of these ideas, it becomes understandable that Wilson held both beliefs, and when one takes into account his views, his opinions don't seem as incompatible as they had appeared. Thus, through Wilson's religious belief, we can more fully understand his foreign policy and more fully understand one of the most defining political philosophies in United States history.